Charlie, this year has been marvelous. Even though Charlie, one they go but Charlie.
We go take them like that.
It be so.
Yeah, it
Charlie,
be so.
now you hear one a pigeon. They say what's a pigeon?
Oh,
Kakrao.
Yeah.
Charlie.
All right.
Vim.
Yeah, sure. I've got the new publisher. And let's see what's on the front page. NPP and NDC clash over new voters.
Are you a member of one of
them? No, I'm not.
Okay.
Thank you. I can't be, even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. The profession. The profession demands that you are apolitical.
The citizenship.
Don't worry, we'll give you a Ghanaian husband. The constitution allows it.
Oh, I've been waiting. Charlie.
Please, her number is 0244-311-2225. Call anytime.
Any day.
If you call and somebody else picks, don't worry. It's not my fault.
All right, NDC, NPP clash. We brought you that story over new voters register. Chairman is saying that, both communication managers saying that, you know what, right now is not the time to bring out a new, it's election year. So why are you changing the voters register? But on page 11, Otumfuo wants chiefs to play lead roles in district level decision making. We're still talking about the district level elections. And on page 2, Obuasi passengers turn ninjas over dusty roads. I mean, passengers including women, men, and even children who ply that Obuasi Road have started dressing like ninjas on an espionage operation with every part of their faces and body covered in cloth. Because they're trying to avoid the dust. Some of the passengers said the dust on the road was too much and was creating health problems for them, so they wore masks to prevent them from inhaling it. Hashtag Fix Lekma, we started that campaign. Poor roads. I mean, people were women were losing babies
because they couldn't get to the hospital as
time, and also because the road was so bad. It's
very bad.
Yeah. Also, another one: imposters are stealing in my name. The national youth organizer of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Henry Nana Boache, has become a worried man, complaining rather bitterly about how some imposters are using his name to dupe innocent people on social media platforms. You know, in the era of social media, it's very
anything
dangerous.
Can happen.
Yeah,
a lot of fake information.
A lot of fake information.
There's one that I saw the other day. That'll be 2 days ago, and it says that if you're a worker in Ghana, and they did the sites. The link was almost like the Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations. So if you're a worker in Ghana, you just have to access that link, and then you feel you get some money. And they keep asking you questions. So curiously, you don't know they're taking your information. They'll take your number, they'll call you, do some shakara. And then so you have to be careful with some of these things.
Exactly.
And I'm sure it's in relation to some of the so-called counterfeit or fake things.
And also mobile money, fraud. Exactly. I know Akable had some difficulty like that. But you see, the thing is that
money?
No, he didn't. Okay. But the thing with that is that when they send you a message, the spelling, the grammar, I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, but some are good. There was the last time I was with that was several months ago. I was with a lady I knew, and I saved play by play, like as we say in local parlance. She was just chatting with the person, and the person said she pressed something, then she just pressed, and 400 Ghana
gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
And so people do some of these things.
And they're getting smarter by the day.
Exactly.
They're getting smarter by the day. So you also, as the consumer, you need to get smarter by the day. You need to learn how to read in between the lines. You need to learn how to just see the seats. But let's go to the daily guide. And #1, lawyer tango over payment. We know that #1 and his communication team said that, listen, we'll pay you the money from the 27th, if I'm not mistaken. From the 27th.
And the firm would.
Yes. Will be.
And then the firm issued a statement.
Like.
Charlie, Yawa. They call it a look about Yawa.
Yeah.
It's Yawa.
So they are tangoing over payments. They are dancing around. But coup plotters file for bail again, and that's on page 3. And NHIS exceeds 12 million active members. President Nana opens $23 million tomato factory. You can go to my JoyNews TV to get that story. And CID confirms On page 4, CID confirms NDC boys' invitation. Now, the cybercrime unit invited the communications officer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, Semi Jemfi, for questioning. According to the unit, Semi Jemfi is supposed to report on either today or Saturday to assist them in an investigation pertaining to a cybercrime filed against him by a complainant from the Jubilee House, the seat of government. Roland, I was reading through the paper. An 8-year-old boy tops YouTube's highest earners lists, right?
Wow.
So his channel has 22.9 million subscribers.
Is he from? China?
Yeah.
China?
Is it China? Yeah, it's not stated here.
Okay.
But Ryan Kaji.
Oh, Ryan Kaji.
Yeah,
okay.
Ryan Kaji. Channel, 22.9 million subscribers.
Wow.
And has earned him $26 million in 2019.
Does it mean that the celebrities of America earn a lot of money? Because they have a lot of following.
But you see, the thing is that this guy, he's not even a celebrity, he's just a YouTuber.
Yeah, okay. So
and he's 8 years old.
Yes, but the thing is, even though you have followers, you have to keep the YouTube channel active.
Yes.
So every day you need to do something.
Yes. So all he does,
Quite interesting.
he opens presents, and he opens games, and he opens different gifts, and he just reviews them on his channel.
Wow.
8 years old, 26 million.
Wow.
US dollars.
You should be a YouTuber.
I should.
Yeah, if you're going to eat bankuna, you say, hey, I'm in Ghana, yeah?
But you see, the thing is that
there's
it takes so much time. I tried it, but it's time consuming because everything you do, you need to be like, oh, I'm on set with Roland. I just woke up, I'm doing my... No, it's a lot of time. Yeah,
well, let's see how it goes.
Let me just do the Daily Dispatch. Top officials in trouble. National Security starts investigations into 22-story building. We brought you that story.
They're now starting investigations. I thought the minister knew before he went.
Oh, no, please. He just heard people complaining, and then he went there. Can you do this in your own country? Arrest them, all of them. You, that you are working, arrest them. 13% of Ghanaians have chronic kidney disease.
Wow, that's scary.
That is very scary.
Can we get into it and see what causes have been adduced?
One of my colleagues had kidney stones, and I mean, he was explaining it to me, and that it was horrible.
But kidney stone is not the same as
I know
having a real kidney disease.
Yeah,
kidneys. I mean, virtually your kidneys shut down.
Yes, but okay. So about 13% have chronic kidney disease, and many are dying on a daily basis from kidney disease. The young and old, rich and poor, males and female, all affected. Unfortunately, Ghana has one of the most active national health insurance schemes in Africa, but does not cover the care for patients with chronic kidney disease, or even those who come in acutely ill and may require short-term dialysis to survive.
A friend of mine works with the University of Cape Coast with a biomedical science. I think he's the head of department, Dr. Isiembedu, Samuel Isiembedu. And he said they had done some research around where they do the galamsey activities. And there was indication because of the chemicals that were used, a lot of kidney infections and diseases were always on the rise in many of those areas. Because, virtually they don't protect themselves.
Yeah, that's true. But also...
So you get the money all right, at the end of the day, your lifespan becomes suspect.
Yeah. But hypertension is a cause of kidney disease also, but may also be just a presenting sign of kidney disease. Okay, so hypertension. So when a young patient presents with kidney disease and hypertension, it might be very difficult to attribute the cause of kidney disease to the hypertension.
Okay.
Yeah. 48-hour Supreme Court order will address the excesses. And the back page, NDC will resist attempts to compile new voters register, and that's from Asevi Ketia. And NPP will back the best option regarding 2020 voters register. And that's
it's the Ghanaian politics is very interesting.
Yeah.
Everything is, the opposition parties always raise issues when they are in opposition. Or the parties raise issues when they are in opposition. And when they are in government, they tend to agree with the Electoral Commission wholeheartedly.
Of course. Because it's
quite curious why they do that.
Yeah. So NDC, NPP, so they're tangoing over
the voters register, whether to have a new one compiled or not.
All right.
Okay. Which paper are you doing next?
Let me do the Ghanaian Times. President inaugurates the Lee Found foodstuff, so to produce 60,000 tons of canned tomato annually. Page 3, prosecution hands over suspects' money to council. We also have Nkrumah Mausoleum, 3 other tourist sites to be upgraded. You know, Roland, you guys have some really amazing tourist sites.
We do?
Yes, you do. It's just unfortunate, well, in my opinion, it's just unfortunate that they're not taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's I mean, you've got some great castles, some great stuff, but
well, so
maintenance is...
So I think about 2 years ago or something, some investors came around and they came to have some discussions, and I was detailed to take them to some sites we have. They were from America, basically. And so we went to Cape Coast, you know, the usual places that we go, went to the Nzema area and Kofu, Nkrumah's birthplace and all. And after we had finished everything, all along they were taking pictures of coconut sellers, you know, the poor things that the whites usually do. And then when we're coming back, they were showing me where they had been in Canada and Latin America. And I asked them, and even in America, I asked them, because, why did you even come to Africa? And you allowed us to take you to those shabby places, because the tourist sites they have lodges around, they have recreational areas. So it's like a whole vacation when you're going to the tourist site. So for example, we are workers here. So at the end of the day, there's a certain package that's given to us the beginning of the year. So we plan a certain time to go and tour, and we'll save towards it or be contributing towards it. When you go there, where you sleep is close by the castles, where you're going to have a playtime, a restaurant, you know. So they make it quite enjoyable for you to have an all-round experience. And I think that is what the leadership needs to do, because we need to do the thinking beyond just having these relics there and just going to visit them, where the local communities also have not been guided and also educated to make sure they keep the surroundings clean in such a way that will be more attractive. But I don't know. I agree with you. Your observations are very right.
Like the Cape Coast Castle, and people are just having the time of their lives by the beach, and they
they're easing or
easing themselves.
Using it.
So I mean, things like that. It's just all about discipline, really. But let's go to the daily statement before you take over, Roland. Ready and steady. NPP takes over Accra with the National Delegates Conference, and we'll be bringing you that on Sunday here on the JoyNews channel. We'll have an extensive coverage. We'll have different people on the panel to talk about what is happening as the NPP takes over Accra with the National Delegates Conference. And President commissions $23 million, 1 district, 1 factory, tomato factory. And year of return 2019, Ghana tourism takes off. So that's on page 3, 5, 8, 9, and 11. All right, so let's see. Christmas boom for Accra traders. That's on page 16. Operation Father Christmas launched in the Volta region. Security forces in the Volta region on Wednesday launched Operation Father Christmas as part of efforts to ensure security and public safety before, during, and after the Yuletide.
Yeah, Ajimano Usu Setre, National Investment Bank, Asante Mampong branch is ready to give you citizenship. Mapito.
You say what? What?
He just gave me a message that he's ready to give citizenship. Let's go to the Go Straight business, and that's what we're doing next. It has on the front page, economic growth slows further in third quarter. Well behind revised target for 2019, and it says Ghana's economic growth has slowed down in the third quarter of this year to 5.6%. It's the slowest growth since the 5.4% was recorded during the second quarter of 2018. And it continues and continues and continues. It says this also depicts a steady decline in the country's economic growth for a fourth consecutive quarter, and puts achievement of government's 7.7% GDP growth target for 2019 in jeopardy or way out of line. It can't be achieved. That's what the paper is saying. Let's go again to the front page. $4 billion US dollar Dubai food export market eluding Ghana. And we have the head of the Dubai Chamber International Office, Ghana, Cyril Kofi Dakwa, leading that interaction there. Ghana readies to implement shipping sulfur cuts. And those are the stories we have. Meanwhile, on the back page, gives you more insight into how Vodafone Ghana has acquired Vodacom Business Ghana. Moving on, Selassie Agbavo backs 10,000 Ghana cedis cash in First National Bank pop quiz contest. And let's go to the Finder newspaper. Has on the front page, budgets 300 million Ghana cedis for child protection and ensure full disbursement. Full disbursement. That is NGOs encouraging or appealing to government, if that's the right word to use. Meanwhile, on the side, we have also there Dr. Weil supporting Northern Region MPP with some 30 tricycles. President also commissions $23 million tomato factory under 1D, 1F. 1D, 1F. Those are the stories we have. Okay. Now let's go to the Ghanaian Publisher. Has on the front page, government allocates some 840 million Ghana cedis for NAPCO trainees. The story is on page 3. And if you get to read that, it says an amount of 840 million Ghana cedis has been allocated to the Nation Builders Corps for the payment of the 100,000 trainees for the entire 2020 year period. The amount is expected to cater for the allowance of the trainees, and they collect 700 Ghana cedis each month. This was contained in the report of the Finance Committee presented to Parliament during the debate on the 2020 budget estimate for the Office of Government Machinery. Now, NAPCO is an agency under the Office of the President that recruits and trains graduate students for deployment into various sectors of the economy. NDC runs to diplomats over new voters register. We know this is under contention. There was a whole press conference that was convened by the NDC. We've had some reactions though from the MPP saying, well, they'll go with what the Electoral Commission says is best for the elections in 2020. Yeah, they always agree with the Electoral Commission when in government, disagree when they're in opposition. MPP pensions NDC as it heads for its national annual delegates conference. We're told that they're expecting 6,500 party officers from all constituencies across Ghana, including members of parliament and government appointees, TESCON affiliates, branches abroad as well. So it's almost like a pilgrimage. That will be at the trade fair site, I'm told. Well done, Mr. Amwakwata. The paper in an editorial, is it an editorial? Okay. In an opinion, is congratulating the Minister for Roads. Okay, for that action that was taken. We played you the video yesterday as well. Now let's go to the Ghanaian Observer. Has on the front page, Akufo-Addo opens another 1D, 1F project. And it says $23 million Lifang. I know they are Chinese, that's what I'm pronouncing like. I see some Chinese nationals there. Lifang Food Staff Limited, Lifang Food Staff Limited, to process some 60,000 tons of tomatoes annually. Meanwhile, MPP blasts Mahama. NDC, on the other hand, beats war drums, according to the paper, over new voters register. And all 34 NVTIs being refurbished, according to the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. EC boss grabs top international position. And on the back page, Ghana is finishing 2019 on the FIFA rankings at a position of 47. And Richard Comey, Teofimo Lopez was lucky, he said. He was knocked down though. I said,
So who's at number 1 if Ghana's at number 47?
I don't, okay, let me see. Top. Okay, in Africa we have Senegal.
That's number one.
No, Senegal in Africa. Number one, I have to Google it. It's not here.
Is in the top 10 is South Africa there?
South Africa. I just saw South Africa. Did I?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Not, yeah.
Top 10.
Unfortunately.
South Africa.
Not surprised, though.
Oh, please. So that's it.
Oh, what?
South Africa are one of the best, some of the best. Okay. And then that's the Ghanaian Observer. We have AC Milan bid 20 million euros for Myron Buedu. Italian giant AC Milan. They've offered 20 million euros for AZ Alkmaar Wizkid Myron Buedu ahead of the January transfer window. The Rossoneri have identified the 18-year-old as a right man to lead the struggling team this season. All right. Okay, so that'll be it.
Yeah.
Something you want to talk about?
Let's go to my join line and see what people have been saying, what we have on my join line. All right, so kids, this is just a comedy show going to happen on the weekend today. Is court dismisses BOG's application and Global Cargo and Commodities Limited honored. We also have the Nathaniel Nilomte is assemblyman for Mahinia electoral area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I wanted us to take a look at the Dispatch newspaper. The story about the kidney related infections that we tend to have, and it's also I don't know whether it's been attributed. The consistently medical doctors in our country, especially the specialists, have said that one of the main causes also is the ingestion or perhaps the taking in of many of these herbal concoctions and these, the herbal flavored alcoholic drinks that we have also on the market.
Yeah, so they say...
is it there?
Yeah, the rampant use of herbal medication of various forms as well as the abuse of pain medication among the populace also increases the risk of kidney damage. We have many reported cases of herbal medications causing kidney diseases acutely and chronic kidney disease in the long run. And in most old male patients, the presence of the enlarged prostates, which causes obstruction of urine flow, can affect the kidney in the long run. You have a lot of herbal, what's this thing called? Alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
A lot of them.
Yeah. And you know, they say it helps for...
Like stuff like aphrodisia.
Yes, aphrodisia.
Yeah, I don't know how. Well,
apparently Ghanaian men
need alcohol before they can perform.
Yeah, the herbal one.
Herbal one.
You know, they say to make them
strong
and mighty.
Well, let's go to myjournline.com and give you the latest updates. You're teasing us. We don't take kindly to some of these things. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, so government urged to establish an immunization fund. This one. So Santokh Singh was on Personality Profile with Lexus Bill yesterday, and so Santokh Singh is the multi-TV MD. Well, what's the outgoing multi-TV MD? I was given a target of 4 years. We have achieved it in 3 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but he's leaving us, and it's quite sad. Santokh he's so...
It's like he's
yeah.
synonymous to the station, and everybody knows him around.
And everybody knows him. And one thing I really admire about him is that he's very supportive in terms of the events. Santokh, in the morning he'll go for a walk or a marathon. In the afternoon he'll go for someone's birthday. In the evening he'll go for an event. So that's what I really admire about him, is that he's very supportive, and he's around people. I'm sad. I'm sad. But let's continue and go to my join line. Yeah. But you can catch that on Joy 99.7 FM. We did record it live, and we'll play it on JoyNews on TV very soon. We'll enhance the capacity to drive economic transformation, and that's President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Minority welcomes change of date for CJ nominee vetting, and NPP criticizes former President John Mahama for his silence on vigilantism law. Yes, we will resist attempts to compile new voters register, and that is the NDC. Akufo-Addo commissions one district, one factory, tomato factory at the Shai Osudoku. And GN7's court case. High Court orders BOG, AG and receiver to file defense. Let's see our top story. Let's get to work. That's The Economist recommending less talk in tackling the CD depreciation. He was on PM Express, the business edition with Philip Namfuri. Let's see, okay. Do we have any entertainment stories there we can check out before we hand over for sports? Any entertainment stories? Technology. Facebook dominates most downloaded apps of the decade. Yeah, Roland, obviously you have Facebook. Yeah. And so it's the most downloaded app of the decade.
Yeah, and Facebook has just transformed everything.
Yeah.
It looks, and no wonder it's a leading chat site. And now they have commercialized it in such a way that they are dominating the market. And just like big players, what they do is do a lot of acquisitions, mergers. And it looks like technology is just also changing by the day.
Yeah.
Each day something changes.
Each day something
changes. You can. I'm sure that you can. There are some apps you can do 2 updates like in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like
when you have a free Wi-Fi, then it starts updating itself. Then you know that So those are some of the things that we also need to take cognizance of. So, for example, yesterday I was watching my son's school exams, and they were asking him about floppy disks. You know what a floppy disk is?
Yes. Is it a fish?
No.
Or what?
Yeah, okay. So
what was floppy what?
Floppy disk is like a
floppy disk.
You know, back in the day when Microsoft the square one, the old one, very old one.
Yes.
And that's a floppy, very old. And that was when, like in the 90s, when we were getting to know about computers, when you slot in, and I don't think it can take more than 10 megabytes or something.
Yeah.
And
I heard.
And children of today were being asked about floppy disks. So I said,
floppy what, Roland?
Floppy disk.
Yeah.
And I said, floppy. Yeah.
But as for the floppy, I have.
Yeah. But I'm saying that it's even out of the, if you're doing history lessons on ICT, maybe fine.
Yeah.
But if you're asking them current trends in ICT, that question shouldn't be coming up. And I was thinking, it looks like we're really, really behind time. I mean, looking at what the children need to know, etc. And it talks about how technology is evolving, and we need to do something about it.
We really need to do something about it.